Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel, Cooning with TK. So it is a Monday and I hope you enjoyed your weekend, and I hope this week will be very productive. It will be as productive as you want it to be or as you planned it to be. And yes, and if it is your first time joining me, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy Monday to come to my channel and watch my video. And if it is not your first time joining me, well then welcome back, and please do subscribe, share and like the video, and don't forget to tell your friends to tell their friends, because the more we are the merrier. Whew, guys, it's hot. It is so hot. Anyways, so guys, today I want to speak about something that something that I'm very vocal about, something that I'm very passionate about, something that I always preach and advocate for, and that is depression within the Black community. Now, I'm not saying I'm discriminating, but then, if you're a Black person, you'd understand why I say, depression within the Black community, because depression is real. Depression is real, and there are so many people that are dealing with depression, whether they've been clinically diagnosed or they haven't been diagnosed, but there's a lot of people that are dealing with depression. So basically what we do as the Black community is we do not invest so much into mental health. We do not invest so much into mental health, not knowing that, or not keeping in mind that mental health is actually as important as physical health, as important as taking care of yourself as an individual. It is very important. And guys, there are so many people, just this weekend alone, obviously I'm not going to mention names, but this weekend alone I have had about 4 of my friends that have not been clinically diagnosed with depression, but the things that they are going through, the emotions that they are feeling, and the struggles that they are going through, it is very clear. Well, it is not clear for everyone, but it is very clear for me that this is depression. And thing about depression is if you don't heal, or if you don't get treatment for it, it gets worse. That's why you find people committing suicide. That's why you find people giving up on life in general, where you can see that this person is actually dead mentally. They are dead, but physically they're still here. They give up on their dreams, they give up on their goals. They're not even thinking about tomorrow. To them it's just about now, and always their now is not even something productive. It's not even something that is positive, and depression comes from a lot of things. It's feeling of not being enough. It's feeling like you are a waste of oxygen or space on earth. It's feeling of you feel like you're not worthy. You feel like without you the world would still be the same, or it would be better without you. Whereas you feel like the world would be better without you. You don't see your purpose in life. You don't see why you are here. You don't understand why we love you. As a people that love you, we don't understand why we love you. And that is it. Depression is so bad in a way that it starts with you alone, but then because you are sinking in this dark hole of thinking you are not worthy, you are not worthy to be loved, you are not worthy to be appreciated, you end up pushing the people away, pushing people that love you away. And you ruin a lot of relationships. You ruin friendships, you ruin working relationships, you ruin romantic relationships, because to you can't understand what is it that these people like or about me, or what is it that these people want from me, because I myself, I don't see the value that I add in anyone's life. I don't see the value that I add in the world. And as Black people, what we end up doing is someone who's got depression, it's either we say, oh no, they want attention, or worse, if you're coming from a religious background, you have signs of depression, or you try to speak to someone about, you tell them, hey, I'm feeling like this, I feel I'm having suicidal thoughts, I don't feel good enough, I don't feel like I deserve to have the good things that I have, I don't feel like, I don't feel positive about myself. Then what people say, usually they're religious people, is they'll tell you, no, you've got demons, you need to be prayed for. Let me tell you, depression, even the almighty high of all pastors can pray for you, and still depression will not be healed. Depression needs medication, depression needs treatment, depression needs rehabilitation. You need to go to rehab to get help for depression. Now, there's a lot of people, like I said, that suffer from depression. There's a lot of people, some don't even know that it's depression, some just think, it's just my life, I'm unworthy of anything, I'm not deserving of anything, I'm not deserving of the friendships, I'm not deserving of all this and that. And then some, they do understand that they have depression, they know exactly what depression is, but then they are scared to seek help, because they're scared of, oh no, they're gonna laugh at me, or no, people will think I'm crazy, or oh no, seeing a shrink, or seeking psychological help for my depression is something for the rich. Guys, let me tell you, there is a lot of groups, there is a lot of organizations, there's a lot of rehabilitations for people that suffer from depression, and those that I just mentioned, those groups and rehabilitations that I just mentioned, they do it for free. Please use your data. If you feel like you're not good enough, if you feel like, if I tell you that, oh, you're so beautiful, if you fail to believe me, if I tell you that you are worthy or you are smart, and if you fail to believe me, then you might be suffering from depression, because there are stages to depression as well. There are stages. You don't just wake up one day and then you've got suicidal thoughts. It starts slowly. It's like, it's this demon, or no, not demon, it's this monster of a dark feeling that creeps on you slowly. The things that you used to like doing, maybe you used to like riding bikes, or you used to like singing, but then you end up not enjoying those things anymore. You feel like there's no purpose for you to enjoy things that you like. You like drowning in self-pity. You like drowning in your sorrows. That is depression. Obviously, I'm not a clinical psychologist, but I have personally seen a therapist. I have seen a therapist for 2 years of my life, and let me tell you, that was the most helpful thing I've ever done for myself. Investing in my mental health. I knew that I'd get those looks like, why do you feel the need to do that when you've got friends? But then there's things that you can't share with your friends. I can't call my friend and tell her I need attention, I'm not feeling good about myself. And even if I do, she's got her own life. They are busy. People are busy. So there are people that are paid specifically to deal with this kind of feelings. People that are paid specifically to, give you life coaching, and people that are paid to help you. And some are government rehabilitations that you can go to. So please use your data to look that up, try to find help. Even if you're not sure, okay, maybe the symptoms that I've mentioned, you're not having them, you are not sure, but some days you just feel you're too down. I understand that you're not gonna be happy every day. Some days you do feel down, okay, that's normal. But then if it happens more than usual, you feel down, you feel like there's no purpose in anything that you're doing. It could either be school, it could either be work. You feel like nothing you're doing is going right, so you just want to give up on everything. You feel like even if you were to die today, you wouldn't care. basically there's nothing for you to do in this world, please use your data to Google and try to find help. You would actually find, professionals that would help you. Mina, personally, I really would invest in my mental health again. Initially, I had done it before, but it was because I was going through something. So then the social worker that I was dealing with, she was like, okay, she's gonna sign me up for these sessions, and it was supposed to be 9 months. But then I ended up going for 2 years because I could see the change in me. I could see how this was helping me. And like I said, there's stages in depression. There's, the mid stage, there's stage 1 where it's starting, like I said, it creeps in. So it's starting, but then you keep, dismissing it like, I'm gonna be fine. Let me get a hobby. Let me, drink a bit more. Let me go out a bit more. Let me do all these things. And then you're not treating it, because let me tell you, I am not gonna sit here and tell you that if you feel alone or undeserving or unworthy, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you go find a new hobby. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you think positive. Sometimes people, not even sometimes, all the time, people that have depression, when you say think positive, you're speaking Chinese to them, because I think positive. What do you mean? How do I think positive when I'm not feeling positive about anything that is happening in my life? I'm not feeling positive about the way I look. I'm not feeling positive about the things that I'm doing. I don't see any purpose in whatever it is that I'm doing. It's not easy to just get a new hobby or think positively, because another thing about depression is that it's something that is just there at the back of your mind. So what that means is, let's say right now I am suffering from depression, and I speak to my friend, and my friend is like, oh no, get a new hobby, like just get something. And then I start something. What's gonna maybe horse riding. What's gonna happen is, when I'm horse riding, yes, I'm focusing on that. I'm gonna enjoy that for a few minutes, but then as soon as I stop that hobby, it's gonna come back. As soon as I stop drinking, or I stop going out, or I stop being on social media, that feeling, it's gonna come back. Me being alone, me and my thoughts. That's what happens with depression. Me and my thoughts alone. It is what is basically what depression is. Because I can do something to keep me busy for now, but then I can't be busy 24/7. And as soon as I stop doing whatever it is that I was doing, then that feeling will come back. And sometimes it comes back worse than before. That's why you find some other people, they're always, high on drugs, they're alcoholics, because they're trying to get that feeling away. They're trying to get rid of the feeling of being unworthy, of being unloved, of being undeserving. So please guys, please invest in your mental health, and don't be afraid. I remember there's this other time I was in a relationship. So because I had thought, okay, me and this person's relationship had reached like that level where I can open up to them about some things about me. And I asked this person, I was like, have you gone for therapy, or would you go for therapy? They were like, no. And then I was like, would you go for therapy? They were like, no. And I asked them why. And they told me it's because it's for white people. That's what they said to me. It's because it's for white people. So imagine me, I've been to therapy, I am not a white person, and I'm trying to start this conversation to tell this person that I trust that, I've been to therapy, and I went to therapy for whatever reason that I went to therapy for, and already they've given me that negative, answer or negative belief that they have that therapy and psychology it's for white people. Do you know that statistically, the number of black people that are suffering with depression, whether diagnosed or not, is actually triple the amount compared to white people? You know why? because white people, it's so easy for them to book a psychologist, book a therapist, go there and talk speak their minds, speak whatever that they're thinking. While with us as black people, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for us to just say, you know what, I am. And even me, like I'm saying, I won't lie, like I said, when I was booked for therapy, it was a social worker who booked me. But then after 9 months, when it was supposed to cut, I was like, no, can I make it longer? Like, can I go now personally, not because of whatever I was going through? Can I go on my own? And I ended up going for 2 years. And I was going for therapy. And like I said, it was one of the best times of my life, because I could just go there and I could just speak to someone, tell them how I feel, tell them my fears, tell them my goals, tell them, what I think, what consumes my mind in my sleep, when I'm sitting, when I'm bathing, when I'm showering, what goes on in my mind, without the fear of being judged, without the fear of, she's gonna take my business and tell to someone else. So guys, please invest. And I'm going to try, I did research, I'm going to try and on the description below, I'm just going to try and put a website and numbers of facilities that you can use, that are very discreet, that I've actually used before myself. I'm going to put those numbers there so that you can actually contact them, and you can set up an appointment, even if you're not sure if it's depression or not, because remember, you have to be diagnosed. Even if you're not sure, just call them, tell them, I'd like to come for a consultation. I'd like to I'd like you to do an examination and see if I need any mental help, because there are so many people that are walking around here. There are so many people that are destructive. There are so many people that are toxic, not because it's how they are, but just because they're suffering from depression and they're not even aware of it. There are so many people that have suicidal thoughts, and they just think, oh no, it's witchcraft. No. Or they think, oh no, it's stress, like I'm too stressed, maybe that's why. No, you need help, because the more you bury these feelings, the more you bury these thoughts, by the time they come back, they're gonna be 10 times worse, they're gonna be 10 times more, and it would probably be too late for us to actually assist you. So like I'm saying, guys, depression is real, and I know that in the black community, this is just a taboo subject. It's not something that we discuss. Personally, when I do have kids, I definitely want my kids to know that mental health is just as important as physical health. It's just as important as taking care of your body. It's just as important as taking care of yourself in general. So mental health is important, and guys, I urge you, please, 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 invest in mental health. Invest in mental health. It's not for the rich, it's not for white people, it is for everyone. And us as black community, we're the ones who suffer more from depression because of so many things that I wouldn't even mention here, but there's so many things that make us suffer from depression. So please do invest in your mental health. It is very important. Don't wait until you're rich, because it might creep in on you that you may not even get where you want to get with your goals, because it's creeping in, and then one day it's just gonna take you down. And once it takes you down, it's very hard for you to get out of that black hole that you are in at the time. So please invest in mental health. I will still go for therapy. I'm not going for therapy currently now, and like I was not diagnosed with depression. I was not, but then I just enjoyed the interaction that I was getting, and yes, I do look out for signs of depression. If I feel like, okay, now I'm always tired, I always feel down and things like that. So luckily there hasn't been anything like that, but I won't wait to see the signs or the symptoms. I will actually also still invest in my mental health, because it is important. So that is it for today, and you can just share your experience if you've got an experience, if you're currently going through therapy right now, and also I'm not a therapist, but if you want to speak to me personally, you can speak to me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, as well as Twitter. I'm going to leave my handles on the description below, and then I'm also going to leave my email address. So should you feel like you need to speak to someone, should you feel like things are getting too much for you, I will definitely be there for you, because I know maybe you might not be feel like you're ready, because remember, also therapy and seeing a psychologist is something that's like I said, it's rehabilitation. So you need to admit it to yourself. You need to accept that, what, I've got a problem and I need help. Once you take that first step, then it's going to make things easier. But then if you feel like you're not ready and you need someone to talk to, I definitely will be there for you, because I've seen so many people lose their lives. I've seen so many people cut off relationships. I've seen so many people lose themselves, and how they used to be due to depression, and having no one to talk to, because as soon as you say you've got depression, back home, with the black community, they just call the pastor, and the pastor prays for you, and they say they're taking out demons and all of that. So that will be all for today, guys. Thank you so much again for the continuous support, and I will see you on my next video on Wednesday. Bye.